up towards the bottom of it with all 5 of their players, so we could be seeing a skirmish here shortly. That's a big kill from Double Magic onto Frozen, and Kerrigan has been sniffed out at log, so that little bait and switch crossfire has gone by the wayside in a big way.
Yeah, smoke deployed onto CT to make it difficult for WOXİC or any of the rest of MOUSESPORTS to push through that. They do have a kit and a couple of flashbangs, plus a couple of Kevlar. Well, a 5v3 retaking here is going to be very difficult. Fate put themselves in a great position. So will MOUSESPORTS pull the trigger? WOXİC is taking point for the rest of his team. If they can carve out some heads, maybe it's doable, but Rop's the next player to fall. It's going to be down to WOXİC getting around the back of them. There's no cover from the backside. He's going to be able to claim 2 kills of his own. But it should be too little too late unless Chris J pulls off something truly miraculous. And Victor is going to shut the door
inside CT spawn, but now we do see that attack coming up lane.
Only 16 seconds left. There is no room for error for Fate. And there's 2 beautiful one-digs by Rops. WOXİC chips in with a scout kill. But the remaining terrorists are completely isolated from one another. And Victor, although he does get the better of Chris J, in no position to remedy the situation. MOUSESPORTS
not really isolating an angle into the site, just kind of waltzing up and giving Mouse a chance. And look, a WOXİC carrying the scout over. Able to find the headshot very quickly onto Double Magic. That's
one is going to be a crippling blow. And they're going to try and bounce back from. Gifted a bit of a...
They could break in and really try to put the pressure on Kerrigan's M4 inside the site. That's exactly what's going to happen here. Smoke does go down. Good entry from Fate onto its pit down now as well. So they will get a post plan 3 versus 2. And Chris going unrealized. WOXÍC has that scout over on the A-bomb site, finding a way to make sure that's not going to have any
impact. As his eyes trained across the coffin, the SG is so powerful in this position, and Frozen finds out firsthand there's not enough utility to feasibly stop the onslaught. But Fate haven't gone all in on it just yet. Bit of a labored spray from Marlan, but gets the job.
How they're attacking through apartments, they're committed to this.
They are, and again, they're running low on time. They've got to get a move on. They don't want to make the same mistake twice. Marlan, solid spray control this time around. 2 headshots claimed, and Fate.
Probably one of the best angles for a SIG in Counter-Strike is that Coffin's angle from top banana. Submitted hit, but they might still get this kill for free, and he does. It's Chris J. How is this happening?
I don't really have an answer for you, and it could go from bad to worse. Marlan, very fortunate. It was only a P2000 up against him. A P250, any other pistol he'd have been gone at. MOUSESPORTS still carry the lead. A dink instantly onto Rainwaker. Tanks the bullet with his head. Gonna be finished off by Rops. This was a full eco Fate. And they're gonna go down. They've got it just a CZ in the Mac 10. And WOXÍC with an AWP in his hands, while Flashbang's still gonna claim 2 kills. Able to scamper away into arches and wait for the cavalry to arrive. Fate trying their hand on short, but haven't really got too much for their troubles thus far. Rops hiding in on the box just behind the smoke. He's going to claim himself a kill. Rainwaker is the only Bulgarian that has fought back. But you can add Victor into the mix, once known as Factor. He's going to have to live up to his name if they're going to clutch this round, and he has been dealt with accordingly as Frozen sprays in for 2. And MOUSESPORTS will equalize.
Looking to just get this over with quickly, it seems. Like I say, just steamroll up middle and get run through the blender. 1 kill does come out. Actually, 2 for Rainwaker. Fair enough. At least limiting the economy in here from WOXÍC with the AWP. He gets aggressive and will pay for it. Victor was holding that angle ready for a poke and prod from MOUSESPORTS. Benefits from it greatly. Frozen, though, able to trade back from the backside.
Could have spoke himself out as well, hoping that Chris J can lend him a helping hand, and he does just that, snapping Marlan into position. Looking to slam a few more players. Elsewhere, Rainmaker's been dealt with. The only player remaining is Victor. But he has got both of the kills on Fate, albeit only on 20, or 12, pardon me, HP. Frozen's also low, so needs Kerrigan to chip in. There's only 30 seconds. They realize the rotation is very unlikely at this point in the round, and there you have it, the freebie kill.
So good stuff, up to 5-3. Fate still unable to really put together a purchase here, and later.
Going in for thirds. He's actually on for the ace. If they peek him 1 by 1, he'll claim it at that, but Kerrigan takes it away. Not that WOXÍC will give a damn. He's done his job.
Takes some damage, but is able to get away. Oh, that nade stack, though, might really crush him. Indeed, it does.
A risky play. In goes Frozen. He lands the quick flick, and that's going to alleviate some.
So still some utility in play here for the CT side. There is that kill from Frozen. He does back off as well. Actually, no. 3 peeks for more. Not finding the second kill, though.
This is where Kerrigan should be able to clean up, or at least do a lot of damage. Rainwaker and Victor both find themselves sub 40 HP. There is just enough time to get the plant in. Now the call surely comes through that Carrigan's done a chunk of damage. This retake is possible. But ROPZ has been caught out in position. One of those 25 bullets if he wants to clutch this. Rainwaker peeks in, didn't really have too many other options. He was stuck in the right-hand side of Ruins. 2 flashes. As Chris J has a decision to make. Where is this last terrorist residing? He's going to stick down on the defuse. Here comes Victor just in time.
He is very vulnerable, and look at this. The spill in right now. ROPZ'Lu good for 1 from the pit. So he's doing his job as best he can to anchor and buy time for this rotation. He's actually staying alive for quite a long while.
The bomb is only starting to get planted now, so if the CTs can get in close proximity, they may be catching Fate out.
Angle. Nicky just want to take a shot and kind of fade back. And maybe rotate over to
Charging behind and trying to take down the vulnerable WOXİC. And now Carrigan going to be making a move back onto the site again. They do also have ROPZ in the pit as ever. Solid flashbang. Fish in a barrel, and Carrigan's going to claim 2. He is going to be plucked out from the AWP courtesy of double magic. But the advantage is in favor of the CTs. Player up on balcony's been dealt with. That was ROPZ. Now WOXÍC on the site has no idea where Victor is, and he gets the spray into the head. 1-on-1. Frozen does have the bomb under his control and the round to boot. It's a round for MOUSESPORTS.
Coming down to our final few rounds here of the first half. Carrigan aggressive down middle. Big change of pace here for MOUSESPORTS. It's only good for 1 frag though. Not enough, but ROPZ using that disturbance to kind of sneak out upon. Obviously, Fox has to be careful that maybe someone's pushing apartments or something like that, but he still has that mid fallback held, and so it's just fish in a barrel at this point. Easy pickings for MOUSESPORTS across the board. Really done a great job most rounds on dictating the
Fate can possibly get a foothold into this round. That's one. Oh, the flick from WOXÍC is disgusting. He had an idea of that push maybe coming out, and the rest is just a formality. He just spins around and no-scopes a player in the face. Magic doesn't care about these smokes. He's still going to go in anyway. Good counter flash tossed in. It's Chris J and Frozen that are tag teaming their way in. There's another flashbang, and Chris J, he is unrelenting. 2 kills to hold the line. And MOUSESPORTS taking point. Bit of lax for communication maybe. He took that flashbang from his teammate to the face. And it's going to be down to the CTs holding it from mid. Kills from Victor. He's got 3 in total. We did highlight the play. Well, position now known, so everyone can stay on the A side. Victor is hard carrying. He's on 17. Nearest player's on 8. And speaking of the man, he tries to get 2, but it's the Desert Eagles that are going to reign out supreme. It's WOXÍC and Carrigan that both chip in for frags. I think that flashbang is actually going to skew his smoke a little bit, but there's another 1D. Ooh. Chris J this time melts Marlon. And only 2 SMGs. Make it 1, make it 0. MOUSESPORTS have done it again. Pitter-patter of footsteps before peeking. Does get a dig, but traded out instantly from Carrigan. And now it
has it over at the A side, so it won't be a factor in this push.
Well, Carrigan doesn't really give too much of a care as to whether Fate have a defense locked in. Frozen gonna spam him up through the smoke.
Gonna be into the following round that we're actually able to see them really put their best foot forward. Get those rifles and more utility.
It's going to be tentative. They're going to be very careful in their endeavors. I mean, under Carrigan's leadership, you'd expect nothing else. So, there's the flashbang. It's going to draw some of Fate out into play, and Frozen could be on for an ace, but no, Marlan. He's going to put the Desert Eagle bullet between his eyes. And ROPZ is going to take some damage, but of course, he knows where both the remaining CTs are, so go for the plant on B. Make sure you get the round. MOUSESPORTS will have this round under wraps.
Yeah, good job by Frozen. I mean, that can obviously be a very scary situation when you're basically holding something by yourself and there's a pop flash and people just kind of charging you. Even if they only have pistols, it can be a death by 1,000 paper cuts type situation. But manages to get 3 ROTs, able to pick up on the rest. Let MOUSESPORTS know that B was wide open for the taking. WOXÍC putting the insurance policy, Molotov down the bomb, make sure there's no ninja defuse happening. And so, yeah, there it is. 13 for MOUSESPORTS as we expected. It comes at very little cost. Les Marlin can sneak around with his Beagle and find another kill. It's good for a second, but still 3 players up Carrigan's middle position. So a little bit of a swap around and rolls, so to speak, for at least this round. But Carrigan's found out very quickly. Good trade from WOXÍC, though. Keeps it back into an even 4 versus 4. Know that he's caused a bit of a vulnerability at B. Just 1 player on this site. He knows he's probably causing a rotation through spawn, which is indeed the case, as double magic is making his way over. This lightens the load on MOUSESPORTS as they try to take into this A bomb site. Frozen going to be one of the main guys usually taking the entries on this side of the map, as he is going to be coming out of Boiler with the flash.
Naked land onto ROPZ and Frozen. 30 seconds allocated to MOUSESPORTS to get a shimmy on. They still have enough time to go either side. That pick is so vitally important. Rainwaker, if he gets the upper hand onto WOXİC, that could be the round. Silenced and done. There's another flick onto double magic. Caught out in transition across to B. Entry or ping. Not
You killed one of their B players. At most, there's one left. Let's just go ahead and steamroll that direction. Certainly our team that is of the caliber of a Masters.
Sure. And WOXİC is showing why. He is single-handedly ripping apart Fate. Going in first with the AWP. They try to flash into peak. Ice Colds. Resilience. Chris J. Gonna try and match the aggression from WOXÍC, but has been dealt with by Rainwaker. In a 1-on-4 now, this would be something truly special. But it does seem like he's going to be tossing down that smoke to maybe try and save. It's not a great smoke. There is a slight gap in it to the left-hand side, and ROPZ'LU now going to come through. All he has to do is stall Rainmaker. There is a player that's flanking behind, which was WOXÍC, but he's not going to be required. And now we can
extend this. I mean, they do have a pretty good double op setup here in play, but Kerrigan just brute forcing his way through the aggressive banana posturing, able to go ahead and break into B side already. The problem is the bomb is actually still in T spawn, so there is maybe a couple of ways Fate could still battle this back because of that. But in reality, MOUSESPORTS definitely gained a big edge. Unfortunately for them, it's kind of already gone. Like, they've already lost a couple of players. They've had to backtrack for the bomb. I don't think they were expecting things to go so well that early at B. And so this has allowed things to get a little bit dicey.
Yeah, certainly a little bit rough, but then again, Fate had no idea that they had to go back for the bomb. And with smokes being deployed on CT, they actually may think that MOUSESPORTS are on the site. Now they know that they are. They're going to hear Molotovs being expended from Chris J and the rest of his team. There's an incendiary to try and stop the coffin plant, but it's actually on the other side of the site, so that's going to be wasted. His valuable Molotov is no longer going to be on the utility belt. 3-play-3. Good smoke onto Banana with a flashbang behind it. They still have to deal with two players who are still on the site, one of which is WOXÍC, who's been in fine form. Nearly gets a 2-for-1.